For the last few Disney videos on our channel, we have been slow crawling Magic Kingdom to check out some of the things that we typically overlook. We've been spending an entire day in each section of the park. This far, we've done Tomorrowland and Frontierland, and today we're going to spend the entire day on Main Street USA. Now, we've never done this before because we usually travel with our children, and this is not the kind of day that we think we would be able to keep our children entertained for the entire time. So we have come on a date day, and today happens to be our 10-year wedding anniversary, which is so exciting because we came here on our honeymoon. So it's kind of a magical, special experience to relive some of those memories. And today we're going to check out everything on Main Street USA. Something I'm really excited about doing is riding the old-fashioned vehicles. And we have lunch planned at a place we've never eaten at before, Tony's in Town Square. And I'm going to get a haircut on Main Street USA, which we've done that with our son when he did his first haircut, but we've never done an adult haircut at the Harmony Barbershop. So lots of fun things planned, and also it is Christmas time, so it's so beautiful and magical, and we're going to check out all the stores.
That's my favorite thing. I love all the stores, but I never get to go in them because I'm always pushing a giant stroller, and the kids don't like stores, so I'm doing that today.
Right now it is 11 o'clock and our lunch reservations are at 11:40, and we like to go systematically around Main Street USA so that we don't miss anything. So we're going to start with one of the most important things you can do as soon as you enter the park. We're going to go see Mickey and Minnie. And we're in luck because the wait time is only 35 minutes and Tony's is right next door. So I think that we can fit this in and still make our dinner reservation on time.
Hello, Mickey.
Oh, he likes your outfit, yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with you, you're such a dapper guy.
Aw, shucks.
Wow, it only took 20 minutes to get through the whole line and get our photos with Mickey, so we've got a little extra time. And there is something that we forgot to do that's really important for an event like this, and it's something that you do on Main Street when you're celebrating something like your anniversary and or you're coming for your first time. It's that you go to guest relations. We'll get to that in a minute. Snow White is here. So as I was saying, you head off to guest relations to get your anniversary badge or whatever event that it is you're celebrating. Celebration badge. Anyway, this helps to change the experience a little bit as they recognize what you're here to celebrate. Then sometimes there are special little perks, special photo opportunities, and so we're going to see how that turns out throughout the day as well. Meanwhile, it's time for us to head off to our lunch reservation. I'm so excited because we have never eaten at Tony's in Town Square. Tony's is a Lady and the Tramp inspired restaurant, and if we had gotten here a little bit earlier and ended up having to wait in the lobby, maybe if it was a little busier, we could watch Lady and the Tramp cartoons while we waited. And now we are going to sit down to a romantically inspired Italian menu.
And I love Italian food, so I'm really, really excited about this.
The air smells of Italian cheeses.
All right, let me see your fancy sticker.
We got these very romantic Lady and the Tramp stickers.
Love it.
The fried mozzarella, and I'm thinking like frozen little cheese sticks that they probably deep fried or something like that. You guys look at this. This is incredible. I'm so excited.
When I say I want mozzarella sticks, like this is what I mean. This is it.
It's actually so good. I know that a lot of times Disney food kind of gets a little overrated, but this one is totally worth it.
All right, what you got?
I got an order of the tortellini al forno.
And I got the classic spaghetti meatballs.
This tortellini al forno is so perfect. I love this pasta. This is great. There are little tortellini pastas in it, some sausage, some bell peppers, and lots and lots and lots of cheese with a tomato-based sauce.
So this spaghetti meatballs is perfect for me. It's such a simple dish. There's not a whole lot going on, which I love. And the meatballs are nice and flavorful. It's the perfect amount. I only wish I had some Parmesan cheese, but that's the only thing. Everything else is great. So they must be able to read minds here because he brought me a cup of Parmesan cheese. So now my life is complete. So we talked about dessert. We decided not to get it here, but he knew it was our anniversary, so the waiter brought us 2 little cupcakes.
Anniversary badges for the win. Lunch was wonderful, and Elena has been wanting to get a picture from like in front of the Christmas tree and stuff for memories. So now we've got a couple hours before I have to get my hair cut, so we're gonna stand in line and wait for this. Well, Christmas tree photos have been taken, and now we are off to explore Main Street, USA. I'm so excited because in a few minutes the Dapper Dans are also going to perform, which is a favorite. Now it's a little too soon after our lunch that we had for us to go to the Confectionary, but I think we're looking forward to going to that later. So now we're going to head into the first store. So my understanding is that the Main Street Cinema is really interesting because it has some unusual things that are a little more rare than like other places. I don't know, we'll see. It looks like a typical Disney store to me. While we're exploring, we want to make sure that we're on the lookout for some Disney World ornaments because we have an ornament tree at home and we always try to collect ornaments for one another each year at Christmas time and for our wedding anniversary. And we have a SeaWorld ornament and we have some other things from this year, the Bahamas trip, but we don't have anything from Disney World this time. I have never been in this store. I did not even know that they had a jewelry store on Main Street, and I mean, I don't know why I would know that, but it is interesting. There are obviously some Disney jewelry things you can buy and watches.
I love these little earrings here. They're so cute.
All right, we came, we saw, we conquered on that store. Time to move on. One of the other really cool things to do on Main Street is that if you want a good Main Street photo, but you don't want a lot of people in it because it's always super crowded on Main Street, and we were especially anticipating like huge crowds today because we had a hard time even getting park reservations for today. But there's a courtyard off to the right as you go along, and it is usually fairly empty. Alright, we managed to take a few photos in this spot and it worked out really well. There aren't a whole bunch of people in the background, so mission accomplished. And it really helped that we happened to find a mom who really loved iPhone photography. She did a really great job. Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them carry iPhones. Now we're going to check out the crystal arts. This is a $100,000 sculpture of the Cinderella castle. So if you've got 6 figures to blow for no reason, you can buy a crystal sculpture of Cinderella's castle.
I kind of want to know what it'd be like to have that much money to buy something like this. We don't know what that's like. Or you could get this Cinderella little sculpture here for $55,000. So if you're on a budget, then this is for you.
Okay, stunning as that was, there actually are some other ones that are even more beautiful than that. This one, for example, is amazing, but I don't see the price tag anywhere. Not that it matters anyway. And then there is the granddaddy of them all, a $285,000 crystal palace. This one was made in Thailand and it has more than 678,402 Swarovski crystals.
Oh, they have the little tiaras here. Those are so cute.
Maybe this is actually the store that had all the rare, unique items that were worth checking out that I had gotten confused with the other store that we went to earlier. I feel like I really can't even afford to be in this store, but it does feel a little like a museum. It's kind of fun checking all this stuff out.
If I was gonna buy something, which I'm not, let's be honest, I would buy the Beauty and the Beast Rose because that's my favorite Disney movie and I would love to have something like that.
It's time for Mickey's Magical Friendship Fair, so we're going to take a little break from the stores and head over to the castles to see what's happening. So we had a wonderful time, but we happened to miss the Dapper Dans performance, so we're gonna have to try to catch that one later. This next one is actually during the time of my haircut, so we can only catch the Dapper Dans at 3:45 at this point, so I'll have to try again. And now it is time for us to head into our next shop on Main Street, USA, which happens to be Starbucks. And it's the perfect time of day for Elena to get her afternoon coffee anyway.
coffee. I got the chestnut praline, so a little holiday flair for Disney today.
And that brings us to the completion of one side of Main Street USA, and just in time, it's almost time for the parade to start, but it takes a little while for that to get over from Adventureland. People are already lining up, but we're gonna switch over to the other side of the street, and we should be able to catch her enough of the parade when it starts to approach. We do plan to do dinner at the Plaza restaurant, and today is a Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party Day, so we're not staying for that. We'll be able to do the Plaza restaurant at the conclusion of our day here on Main Street USA. And then on this side of the street is Casey's Corner, and we've eaten there before, so we're gonna skip over that one this time. Now we're exploring the Emporium, which stretches from the front of Main Street USA and then all the way back here to the Hall of Champions, which borders or neighbors Casey's Corner. And this store has every Disney thing imaginable, from toys, collectibles, clothing, bags, luggage, all the Disney things.
This is all the stuff that our kids always ask for, but they're not going to get it here.
I would say that if we are going to find a Disney ornament that is appropriate for our tree, that this is going to be the store where we're likely to find that. So we're going to keep our eyes open for a really great Disney ornament. I'm not a coffee drinker, but the Chip coffee mug is pretty cool.
The Chip cup is $25, so I don't know, he's not that cute.
I think I'd be willing to pay upward toward $8 for it.
One thing to know about these stores is that you can get this stuff cheaper at the Walmarts in Orlando and even the little novelty stores. It's the same stuff. So if you wait and don't buy it in Disney World, you can get it cheaper.
Check out these really clever Monsters Inc. tumblers. This is such an awesome idea. I think it would encourage me to drink more water. This is a whole room full of Mickey and Minnie plushies. There's also Donald and Daisy and Goofy.
This would definitely be Vivian's favorite store. She loves a good plushie.
And of course, sundry other friends.
The Mickey Christmas stuff is my favorite though. I love all the shirts and the sweatshirts and all that. But Disney Christmas is my favorite. I'm so glad our anniversary is at Christmas time.
I found some ornaments and they look like postcards. So these are the first ornaments that we've seen, I think, in the whole store. I don't like them, and they are $34.99, so $35. So we'll keep looking.
Yeah, that's gonna be a no from us.
There's a whole wall for trading pins, which if we were into that, that would be a pretty cool thing to do. You can trade pins like all over the park, and lots of different things to choose from here. There are plenty of ears to choose from, like all throughout this store, but this section definitely has the highest concentration of options.
I actually love the ears, but they give me a headache because my head is really sensitive. Otherwise, I'd wear them because they're super cute. And there's a whole wall of lounge flies. You can get them in all different kinds of colors.
Well, I'm super disappointed. We haven't been able to find an ornament. I guess I assumed that at Christmas time they'd probably just be all over the park. But maybe since there is actually a fully dedicated Christmas store in Liberty Square, that's the reason that they don't have more ornaments here in the Emporium or along Main Street USA. I certainly couldn't afford one at the Crystal thing across the street. And then we haven't found anything here that we're really all that interested in, but we are doubling back to see if we happen to overlook something.
So we found a couple more. Like this one's really cute, but this one is $30 for an ornament. I told Anthony, I said, you can just get this little keychain. Nobody will know the difference. It's not as bad.
Price was the factor that caused us not to purchase one at Liberty Square and the Christmas shop the other day, because that is kind of the standard price for these ornaments here on property in the parks, is over $30. All right, the music has started for the parade anyway, so we're gonna find a spot and wait for all the magic to begin for the Festival Fantasy Parade.
Welcome, one and all, Magic Kingdom. Just a few minutes, we will proudly present
So anyway, that part was fun. Now we're gonna stand around and wait for the actual parade to arrive, and usually it takes about, I don't know, like 20-30 minutes, something like that.
Go all the way down the street.
Yeah, it comes from Frontierland first, and then kind of comes through this area. While we wait, it's time to backtrack a little bit. What we said we were going to do earlier after we had lunch was that we needed to wait a little while before we went to the confectionery, and I think it's time.
I've always wanted to go to the confectionery because it smells so good, but we've just never gone in there, so I'm really excited about this.
I guess the only part that I've ever really paid attention to before was the popcorn section, because I'm not really a sweet tooth, so I've never really even been all that curious about any of the rest of this store. Okay, but admittedly, I could really throw down on some Rice Krispie treats.
Our kids would go crazy in this store. They would want every single thing that this store has to offer.
Okay, I want this with my whole life.
Do you have $50?
How much is it? I can't find the price anywhere. That's not a good sign.
No.
Okay, I found the price. It's $14.99. It would have been easy to miss all this stuff right here in the middle of the store. There's this whole island here where there's a lot of really cool stuff. I think I'm starting to work up an appetite again. So I think we finally figured it out. We're slow learners. But apparently you choose one of the items in the glass case, and that's the item number. There are some things that are on the display, you can pick those up. But when you give the item number to the clerks at the other side, then they let you, then they'll pick it out of the cabinet for you. We made our purchase in time for the parade to begin in just a moment, and I got item number 21, the Mickey Marshmallow Rice Krispie treat thing.
I got a deep dish cookie, which any chance I have to get one of those, I'm gonna take it.
So I was a little startled. It's actually not a Rice Krispie thing. It really is just marshmallow and chocolate. Worst things have happened.
This is definitely the best view we've ever had of the parade. We're coming upstairs from now on. And it's haircut time. We're going to the barbershop.
Is it for you?
It's for me.
For you? Anthony Deacon?
Yes, that's me.
Alright, Anthony.
Can you do a skip fade on the sides and then a trim on top? And tight, maybe up to about 2 or something. A good old front.
Hey, you got another sticker. All right, let's see.
All right, I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, she did a good job.
So you can get a pretty decent haircut for the same price anywhere else, but you can do it right here on Main Street, USA. Our next thing is to ride one of the Main Street vehicles, and I don't see any of them around at the moment, so we're gonna ask. Okay, so there's only one out, and I was hoping that we would get to ride the omnibus, but my understanding is that they're not running the omnibus today. They're gonna have it parked out to redirect people for Mickey's Very Merry Magic, Very Merry Christmas Party. Anyway, and so we're gonna wait and see which car comes by to pick us up. Did you know that you can mail letters through the U.S. Postal Service from Main Street, USA? I guess maybe if you want to send your postcards immediately, that's what that would be for. In the meantime, my cell phone battery is starting to get kind of low, so we need to get a new fuel rod. I'm going to go and change this out. You can do it at the Town Square Theater, where we would have met Mickey and Minnie earlier. So we're just going to head right across the square, take care of that, and we'll be ready to go. And in the meantime, though, there are a lot of essential things that you really need when you visit Disney World. So be sure to check out our Disney Essentials packing list in the description below. And there's a place to watch or wait for the vehicles here too. So we stood and waited for a little while longer, and I don't know, I get kind of impatient, and we only have a little more time. So I want to catch the Dapper Dans at a certain time, and then also grab dinner, and then if we have enough time, squeeze in riding the railroad, because that definitely qualifies as a Main Street USA attraction. But I was wondering if perhaps we could go out and look for the car instead of waiting for it to come to us, and then maybe flag it down and see if we can get on it real quick. We found it and it is presently parked, so I hope we can catch it before it drives away. Okay, we managed to check another thing off of the list, and it turns out that it is better to just go find it somewhere and then hop on. Now we've got 15 minutes before the next Dapper Dan's performance, and after that we'll hop on the train, and then the final thing I think we're going to do today, of course I told you was dinner, but somewhere in the middle there is when they take the flag down here in the middle of Town Square. So that's something that I've never gotten to watch all the way through, and I hope we can fit that in. So now I guess we just sit and wait for the Dapper Dans. We found a thing that we forgot to do. The popcorn stand is over here. And so we're gonna get something to drink and maybe look and see if they sell souvenir buckets, because we lost ours. Whoa, we got our souvenir bucket. It's Christmas. And I don't want to say this out loud in front of anybody, but they comped this for us because it's our 10-year wedding anniversary. Wow. I'm so excited. We really needed a new souvenir bucket. So if a cast member does something special for you, you can go on the Disney My Experience app and compliment a cast member. So the omnibus is in place. And now it is time for the 3:45 showing of the Dapper Dans, and now we're just going to kind of stand around and see where they happen to show up.
Holly jolly, holly jolly Christmas. Holly jolly Christmas.
Okay, it's time to gather for the flag retreat, and while we're waiting here, I'm going to go ahead and join the walk-up list for our dinner location. Hopefully we can get into the Plaza restaurant. Okay, unfortunately, I looked at the app, and earlier it was a 35-minute wait for walk-up, like joining the walk-up list, but now, due to high demand, it's not available. So I'm hoping I can work it out, or otherwise I guess we'll have to go to Casey's Corner, which wouldn't be so bad, but I was just hoping we could do something different.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Well, I'm a little disappointed that we weren't able to make it to the Plaza restaurant, but other than that, we got everything else done that we intended to do today, and we had a magical day on Main Street. So this concludes our day. But in regards to 10 years of marriage, it's just the beginning.